I just want to talk a few minutes about the tragic life and death of Rodney King. It reminds me of so many brothers that I know that I grew up with that are gone now. It's the same thing. You know, It's- you have to remember in Los Angeles where this took place, they stopped him for DUI, and he admitted he was wrong, and he actually said he was no one to look up to. So I give Rodney King all the credit, even though I didn't know him personally. Everywhere I've met, every state I've come from New York, South Side, all the way here, and past and back here in South Carolina, I know brothers all over that fit that exact description. I know brothers right here that was beat by police. Let me tell you, man, racial profiling is terrible. And the thing, what I'm saying, we've learned nothing. Now, this man was stopped for DUI. They hit this man 56 times with their wooden sticks, those billy clubs or whatever you want to call them, nightsticks or whatever. Kicked him, then used stun guns on him, and then they acquitted these three clowns. They acquitted some of these clowns. This is tragic. This is what they think of us. Do you understand? And now I'm talking about all the races now. We have learned nothing. We have not. This is not why God created us. Jesus did not go to the cross for us to be treated like this. We're not united. We're more diversified now than ever. We hate one another. What's happened is that which was undercover has came to light. That's what happened. Since we have a black president, and no, I don't agree with all his policies either. And I'm not going to vote. I have not voted for anybody based on their color, but on their character. But I just want to say this: we have failed miserably. The church has failed miserably. Now, the same thing happened before. It's going to happen again. Can you imagine? Over 55 people were killed, 3,000 hurt, millions and millions in damages from looting and fire. And, and it wasn't just there were riots all over. Do you see how dangerous ignorance is? Do you see? And then he himself was a key figure in stopping it. He said, after 5 days, he said, "Can we all get along? Lord help us. Look at how we're living now. Look at this. We're even afraid in our own neighborhoods." That's why I said I commend him, and I just say, Rodney King, goodbye. I hope you found the Lord. I hope you found Yahshua. I hope you found Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Now I don't know how you died, and I don't know I know you were found in the pool, but I hope you found peace at last. And it's tragic, the tragic life and death of Rodney King. It's just like Trayvon Martin. And you know how many people named Trayvon were killed? It's sad. This is 2012. This is not 1940 and 1950. This is how sad it is. We have learned nothing. This is what I'm saying. And the church has failed miserably. Now I'm going to get off the subject for a few moments. And I'm going to say this, and I mean it. You realize the danger of the prosperity gospel and man-made doctrines and religions? Do you see how dangerous it is that our freedom has been compromised? The first 10 amendments, or the Bill of Rights, they're using that for toilet paper. Do you see how dangerous it is just to vote for people because you hate the color of their skin or somebody else? Do you think Mitt Romney, Nikki Haley, or anybody else are going to come and try to implement a program to help the poor and needy? It's just not going to happen. They could care less about you. Don't you understand? Why don't you go and type up the unemployment rate in the low country or South Carolina, period. More alcohol, drugs, and foreigners taking over our neighborhoods. It's tragic. That's why I say the church has failed miserably. The politicians have failed miserably. You have to understand, most of these people are just greedy. They're unethical, immoral, and greedy. That's why I've said we've voted for leaders who care nothing about the middle class or the poor. They don't care anything except about the 1%. I don't care what color they are. And I'm talking about white people as well as black. We have failed miserably. And unless we get God in our life, it's just we are going to disappear just like that, just that fast. Look at the policies. Anytime you're voting for someone who would cut funding of Social Security, something that you worked 40 or 30 or 40 or 20 or 50 years for, and cut funding of Medicaid, something that you worked for, do you know how much it costs to go through a cancer machine? Over $3,000. Are you sure you want to vote for somebody who would implement plans like that? This is the economic policies. Unless everybody contribute, everybody's not going to benefit. Just take from the poor so the rich can help it. All you're going to do is make matters worse. The same old plate of food warmed over and over and over again. If you want to make a difference, stand for something or you'll fall for anything. And to my black brothers and sisters, to all other minority groups, don't be fooled by these people. Do research on these people. At least have a little bit of knowledge on these people before you jump out there and vote for them. Don't believe what these people say. Your actions speak louder than your words. And another thing, like I said, Rodney King, I hope you made peace with the good Lord. You had a tragic life. You had your personal demons. Yet, I commend you because you admitted you had your personal demons and you had a fight with them all your life. And you said you were nobody to look up to. I commend you. Our pastors and our politicians should be so honest. Just everybody take care and just pray for our people. Brothers and sisters, pray and unite because you're not going to last. What do you think they're building privatized prisons for? Just to put you in prison, to work you for nothing. It's just another form of slavery. Why do you think there's a liquor store in every corner? Why do you think there's so much drugs? They know what's going on. Be careful, and I'm talking to the whites too. Y'all too. Poor and middle class whites, be careful because they don't care anything about you either. Remember, God loves you and I love you too.